Hi guys, what's going on? I just kind of felt the need to make this video. It's a couple days past. Um, I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this exactly. I guess I just did a video, so I turned on webcam. Just talk for a little bit about Robin Williams because, uh, usually celebrity deaths, they don't faze me all that much, and a lot of times it's like, I kind of like I'm thinking why is everyone so focused on this when there's like when someone who's not famous they could die and then they'll only be remembered for a couple of days for a reasonably sized audience, and then when a celebrity dies it's this huge thing, this huge ordeal. um, but I don't know, Robin Williams was just, it was a different thing. Like, this had the most effect on me of any like celebrity death I've heard of, and that's for a couple reasons. Not only because Robin Williams, I liked him in Jumanji and Aladdin, things like that. He was even in Zelda commercials, and he expressed the fact that he was a gamer, so I could actually relate to him. But it's also the fact that it's like suicide is such a bad note to go off on. So this just devastated me to hear. Cause it's one thing if you just die of a heart attack, if you died of a heart attack randomly or whatever. I mean, it would have been sad, but it would have all these thoughts in my head. Because always, when suicide comes up, you have to think of a couple things. It's like, did he have family? Yes. Did he care about his family? Yes. Then why suicide? Just like he had such a great legacy, and to have to go, and at the age of 62 or 63, I believe, to have to end it on that note, that late into your life, to go ahead and take your life willingly, and knowing you have a family that loves you so much, and then millions of people that love you so much, and literally your whole career has been founded on making people happy in life, that somehow he couldn't find that happiness himself, and then he killed himself. I can't comprehend that, because I can't imagine in any situation. It's like suicide has always been a selfish thing to me, especially in these situations. I wanted to make a video on this related to something else. I might do that in the future anyway, but it's similar to this. It's like, it's not, if you're by yourself in life and you just really aren't finding happiness at all, suicide, like, although it's still horrible, I can see why they would do that, why they might do that. I mean, I would never do it myself, but I could see why they would do that. But if you have a family, it's like, you're taking your life, you're not only affecting yourself by just ending it, you're also affecting your family's lives, and knowing that constantly, having them constantly think there could have been something they could have done to change it, and knowing that they love you that much. Like, literally, it's amazing to me. There was like a couple weeks before his death, he had posted on like Instagram and on Twitter about like his daughter's birthday and everything. He was like half a century or a quarter of a century old, still my baby girl. I mean, you could tell on everything that he really cared about his family, even though apparently he's been known to leave that out of interviews, his personal life and everything. But there hadn't been any problems from what I've heard with his family at all. Like, they had been so tight. And this is completely unexpected, seemingly to them, and obviously to the world. This would come out of nowhere. Apparently, after that, in the articles I've been reading, he's been battling depression for a while now. But still, I don't think anyone ever thought he would go through with it, even though he's involved. Like, Zelda had some very powerful messages. That's his daughter. She had very powerful messages she left after he died. Like a couple tweets that addressed it, where she made posts, and she even said in her posts I'll never, probably never be able to understand why he would take his life, knowing he was loved by so many. That's what gets me. It's like, you can't help but love Robin Williams for all he's done. And you can't just ignore everything he's done and his legacy, but you can't help but hate him for that moment too. Apparently, they recently found out he was in the beginning stages of Parkinson's disease, and even Michael J. Fox, one of the biggest faces of Parkinson's disease in the celebrity world, has even reacted to that. But that's not a death sentence. Like, people have gotten through that. Obviously, Michael J. Fox is one of the biggest proprietors of that. That's not an excuse. It's not a justification for suicide. And obviously, people also say he's not Robin Williams. They always say it's not the person that's killing themselves. It's the disease or the mental illness that suicide is. I mean, to an extent, yes, but I obviously can't know what they're going through, because if I could only know what they're going through if I killed myself already. So it's a difficult situation. I mean, obviously I know depression, and I know you can go through depression, but actually following through with it consciously, he hung himself. It's like, you can't even do that accidentally. It's like fully intentional. He wanted to send a message. Like, oh, he didn't want to send a message, but it's like, when you're hanging yourself, someone's got to come in and discover that. It's like, you're just kind of leaving yourself there. That's just it's a selfish thing to do. But you shouldn't take what you have for granted. And then you can't justify killing yourself ever. Especially Robin Williams, who had so much success and then so much love by everyone. In fact, it's not like he even got a lot of hate. It's not like he did something controversial and he's constantly getting hate for it. I feel like Robin Williams is one of the celebrities where obviously everyone gets hate, but he's like rarely, because mostly what you hear about Robin Williams is positive stuff. It's like, he's a funny guy, he's a loving guy. Like, I saw a video with Coco, which is like a gorilla that can speak or understand some English and can speak it through sign language. And there was like a video from a long time ago, or a few years ago, where he met Robin Williams, where they met, and then they told the gorilla about Robin Williams passing, and they actually got emotional. Apparently almost shed a tear or something like that. So that's super powerful. It shows you the kind of character that Robin Williams had. It's like, I was never a huge, I always loved Robin Williams because he was the epitome of like the kind of person I want to be. It's like being funny and making people laugh. At the same time, you can appreciate these weird things like being a gamer and stuff like that. He always had that little connection, although not much. Just everything he did seemed to have a purpose to make people laugh, make people happy. That's something I always admired. And then his character has always seemed true and genuine. Like, his personality never seemed fake. And according to all these accounts from all these celebrities that have worked with him, that's the truth. You can't get further from the truth that he was an extremely nice guy, nicer than he even seems from the outside. It's just, I still don't get it. I don't know how I could do that. The suicide part is what gets me. Because right now we would all just, if he had just passed away, everyone would just be able to celebrate his life. But now we still celebrate his life, but we have to, there's always that thought in our mind where you're dwelling on the fact that he killed himself. Why would you kill yourself in that position? Again, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But still, it's just insane. That's insane to me. How could you do that? And then, after that, there were a couple people, like, there was a celebrity I saw, there was a person I saw that they were, like, contemplating suicide. This suicide is just taking over. It's just so powerful, because they take it as the easy way out. You know, you're suffering, you just end it like that. You can never do that. It's just one of my philosophies. You can never just give up like that. Committing suicide, I mean, is the easy way out, but you're not going to get any benefit from that. It's not like you're going to rejoice in death. It's not like death is going to be any better than life. You can only improve life, but death, you can't do anything with death. You've got nothing. It's just devastating to me that he could go that long having a great, awesome life, spreading so much laughter and happiness, but then after all that, like, just end it like that. That's crazy to me. Yeah. Well, just Robin Williams. Overall, it was just one of my favorite celebrities. I don't know what, because I was saying, never was like actually that passionate in favor of like Robin Williams as an actor, as a celebrity person. Just as a person, he's always made me happy, and just like seeing such a great, warming personality gone in such a negative way. It's like you use a little hope of like that there can be holy, pure people out there. But it's just like, I don't know how you could do that. Rest in peace, but I wish he would have thought it through. It's always people that commit suicide, I think. A lot of times it's because of bullying and things like that, which is more understandable. But at the same time, you have to persevere. I mean, you haven't tried every outlet possible if you're going to commit suicide. There's not always no hope. I never can justify suicide from anyone unless maybe if you were like being tortured and you knew you were going to die and just didn't want to draw it out in that way. But if there is hope, a glimmer of hope, if there are people that love you, if there are people that will experience sadness from your death, why would you force that on someone if you know there's still someone that cares out there? And Robin Williams had millions of people that cared, obviously, from what we've seen. So how can you do that? How can you not think it through? Just think it through if you're experiencing something like that. I hope you just think about it. You know, clear your mind. You're caught up in the moment. How can you make such a huge decision from a caught up in the moment thing? I don't understand. I probably never will understand, but yeah.